Let's talk about the disembodied, copied consciousness of Dr. Alec Holland that turned into a giant plant monster called Swamp Thing in my DC cinematic universe. Dr. Alec Holland was a renowned botanist who was brought down to the swamps of Louisiana to study a curious type of plant cell that seemed to be unkillable. But while he was out researching, his co-worker, a man named Damien Ridge, would murder him and throw his body in the swamp. You see, Damien was in love with Alec's fiancée, Linda. But the swamp that Alec had been thrown into was a crude, Lazarus-irradiated swamp, and these plant cells that had been mutated by the Lazarus radiation for centuries glommed on to his dead body. They grew around the corpse of Alec Holland, and eventually his fading consciousness was copied by these plants into their own consciousness. And that is how Swamp Thing would gain his connection to a force known as the Green. You see, in actual real-world science, plants do have a way to communicate with each other. And so in my DC cinematic universe, it is that network of plant communication that now, given a human consciousness, becomes the Green. What was once just an interconnected network of plants around the world was now a living, thinking thing, thanks to this man. But now connected to all of the plants around the world, Swamp Thing stopped caring about his own personal needs as much and started caring more about caring for the whole planet. Swamp Thing became a defender of nature in all of its forms. And during his own adventures, he would come into contact with sorcerers. Now, sorcerers always knew about the Green in the terms that plants were sort of technically living things that could talk to each other, but now that it was given an actual human consciousness and had a singular avatar to talk to who could essentially listen in to any conversation around the world and find out stuff all around the world just by talking to plants, this guy became a pretty big source of information within the magical community. And eventually he would be recruited by John Constantine to join the Justice League Dark to help locate a man who was going around killing all of the avatars of order and all of the avatars of chaos to bring about a cosmic equinox.